And I didn't even try to work a job, represent the mob at the same time. Thirsty on the grind, shy state of mind. Lost my mama, lost my mind. Life, my love, that's not mine. Why you ain't signed? Wasn't my time. Leave me alone. Work for it, y'all. Half of it's yours, half of it's mine. Only government block cheese, baby. Diabetic disease, baby. 2 parents dead, raised by siblings in the G's, baby. Eating flaming hots with cheese and meat, so they say we sing crazy. Never had no Tedis in my head, trying to get cream, baby. If you ain't seen the cluck, butcher up a cluck, then you ain't seen crazy. If they ain't climb a pole to hook your cable up, that mean your fiends lazy. Lost plenty friends by summer's end. At the age of teenagers, never had a pet tea, mine always felt we major. Hit Racine with the boom, shout out to my plug, gave me room, made me some moves, hit my man with a zone. Whole starter kit, nigga, it's no loan. Gone, race to the throne, take it to the dome. Go ahead, take it to the dome. Answer the phone, trust me, I'ma put you on. When I call, just answer the phone. Gone, ups and downs, trying to come up for breath. Trying to get down, there was nothing left. Trying to eat now, there was nothing healthy. My nigga was a shooter, but nothing like Steph. Scared of anorexic, scared of shooting weapons. Met his daddy left him, mama with the reverend. Pray for his protection, pray for his protection. Thank God I went to sessions, thank God I got blessed in. Now I had lost my life, but wouldn't let it leave me. I lost my nigga Yusef doing the peace treaty. The downfall of a hustler is when he get greedy. We put that work out on the streets just to feed the needy.
Word, what's up? It's your man Knowledge. Classic Hip Hop Leaders, another episode of Cloth Talk. Today we here with the homie GLC. What's up, brother?
What up, guys? How you feel, brother?
Good, family. I'm good.
Good.
I don't know. You remember when we first connected? You probably don't, bro.
I do remember.
Do you?
Yeah, it was on the west side.
We was out west.
Right by, I believe, the United Center.
Right by the United Center.
I remember. I came to your crib. We got down.
It's clear like
exclusive, boy.
Exclusive joint.
You think I forgot?
Joint.
Come on,
I
man.
know, bro. I was. You know when that was? It was 03.
Yeah, I was 03.
I was 04. 04 for you.
Yeah.
So, and the way it all went down, right? My girl Nia. Because I really wasn't up on Kanye at that time, you know what I'm saying? He was working with Jay or whatever, I don't know. I was probably just moving around.
Yes, sir.
He wasn't out yet like that, you know?
Yeah.
And I interviewed Kanye at a hotel downtown.
Really, I made him just to have something to rap on. Like, because I've been rapping since 3rd grade. Right now, everybody rhymes in the group. And everybody try to, like, take my shine. Kind of like how it is now. So, right before now, I finally get a chance to spit my own rap for a change instead of being other people. And, you know, I met No ID through my mother, who used to do beats with Common. And I used to go to his crib, or really his mama's crib, and I felt like I was in Leo Cohen's office, or Dame Dash's office, or Jimmy Iovine's office, or something, because he was the only person I knew that was actually making money off of doing what he wanted to do, and doing what I wanted to do also. So I just honed my skills with him, you know, Doug Infinite doing beats. Age 15, had a group, you know, even by age 16 or 17, I was able to start charging, you know, $100 a beat, $150 a beat, yeah.
That's tight like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us how you got started with rock.
Okay, well, I did the Beat the Truth of Beanie, and Hip Hop, who is my manager right now, asked the management, and along with that, his ace in the hole is that he had Jay's ear. So I was sending beats, and I sent him this Harold Melvin beat. The next thing you know, we got This Can't Be Life. It's one of my favorite songs. It's on my tattoo right here, This Can't Be Life. So, you know, after that, I was working with different Chicago artists, but things weren't working out. People were, you know, bounce. People get signed, they get no beats, all different type of situations. To the point where I just got fed up, and I had to just go for my own out in New York. Now I finally got out there, when I unpacked my equipment and hooked it up, the first beat I did was Heart in the City. Then I went to the studio and I played them soul beat after soul beat after soul beat, and then a week later the blueprint was finished.
And then Don C was like, yo, you need to connect with GLC. We need to get GLC in tune with you.
Yeah.
And so I think and that was a couple months before College Dropout came out.
Okay.
And then we connected sometime early that winter, you know, January, February, March, somewhere around
came
then.
out in February.
In February,
yeah.
I interviewed Ye in December.
Okay.
But I want to say you was a month or two later. That was at the crib out west. And you remember what you, because I didn't know at that time, but you remember what you spit. You spit a couple joints. One was trying to think, bro. You definitely did the joint you did on the J album.
Okay.
Right? You did
I
that.
played Encore.
Encore joint.
Yeah.
You did that, and then you spit another verse for us. I don't know.
Might have been Spaceship.
It was
man.
Spaceship.
Yes, sir. That's what it was.
It was Spaceship.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So you've been down for a second, brother.
Oh yeah.
You've been down for a second. So I wanna run through your career, man. I wanna run through your career, how you got started here in Chicago, and then bring it all the way present day. So if you're good, brother, we're gonna break bread for a second.
I'm in, man.
You in? Let's do
we
it.
all win when we all in, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So G, walk me through your story. So we're gonna go back, and we're gonna come all the way to the modern day, talk about the new projects, what you got going on, cool, what keeps you busy. But how'd you get started in hip hop here in Chicago?
Man, I got started in hip hop here in Chicago from Simeon, rapping at the lunchroom table. Started to get my clout up a little bit on the freestyle side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had a buddy who was one of my best friends, still is to this day. His name is Bird Dre, or Birdman Frazier, right?
Yep.
He'd be in there like, man, so you dominating and geeking me up.
Yeah.
So then he ended up introducing me to a dude who made beats. And the dude happened to be Kanye. And we formed a rap group called The Outfit.
Slipping. This motherfucker's tripping. Outfit 87. That's a suicide, genocide, homicide. That's how he died. My 87 niggas ride. When it's time to ride out, you better find a hideout. And when we roll up, you better hire your guys out. 88 niggas coming, they shot one. It's 87. Feel my presence, feel my weapons. Feel this Mac 11. Left that pussy nigga resting. Shot him up, did him wrong. Ain't no love in his own. Fuck with me, feel my chrome. Outfit till I'm gone and dead. And I'ma show it. He got a red dot on his head and didn't know it. Oh my God, I done shot a fed, but he deserved it. Out there early in the morning, nigga trying to stop me serving on my own.
We was making a little noise rapping on WHPK
Yep.
at University of Chicago, where all the hip hop artists had to go through.
Yeah.
So we was up in there, we did our little thing and this and that, and eventually it led to John Monopoly becoming our managers.
Right.
While we was in high school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So after high school, we changed the name of our group to the Go-Getters.
Yep.
And that name came from John Monopoly. He was like, man, y'all some go-getters, man. We was like, man, we is? Damn, that should be the name of the group.
Dope, yeah.
That was the name of the group.
Right.
We ended up getting on the radio in Chicago, Mike Love and the Diz, DJ Fairs, Timbuktu. He wasn't on the radio at the time, but he was in a party spinning our shit.
Right.
Twilight Tone, V-Dub, all the local DJs was getting behind this record we put out.
Right.
It was called Oh.
Man, I know what type of guy you is. Money, that's my girl. Looking, yeah, big. You know what, man? I'm used to y'all. Fuck you. That's it. You heard that? Oh, I hated on y'all niggas before, but now on no hoe shit. I just wanted y'all hoes, and I ain't gon' lie. I lie to a bitch quick as hell. You sick as hell. That bitch thick as hell. I let her get my page, and she let me get the sale. Picked her up, did her well, dropped her off, get my mail. Y'all know she wanna page me.
So we end up getting a song of the summer for Chicago radio on WGCI.
Right.
For us, that was like we won a Grammy.
So who was spitting on that joint?
On the OOO record, it was myself, GLC, which is me, Kanye West, and my man Timmy G. He was in the Go-Getters at the time.
Gotcha.
And we had a B-side to that, which was called Let My Homies In. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that had myself, Kanye, Aerostar, and Timmy G on it.
Okay.
And that was the first two songs that the Go-Getters put out. And we ended up getting Song of the Summer on GCI.
And Ye did the production on both.
Ye did the production on both of them. We were shorties. And
Right.
we was like Song of the Summer.
Right.
That meant the world to us
Right.
because we didn't know the world outside of Chicago really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that, we ended up getting on planes and flew out for meetings with labels in New York because we was getting spins.
Right.
And we ended up in Source Magazine under Unsigned Hype because we had a little noise in our market.
Right.
So we flew out to New York, took a couple meetings. We just knew it was on.
Right.
We came back home and it wasn't on.
What happened? Yeah.
No, it wasn't on.
What time?
Yeah.
You back. You back after them trips to New York. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, take me through the next, like, how long before the next thing kind of happened in you all's career?
All right, so we came back. We didn't have no deals. Prior to then, Kanye went out by himself to try to get a deal with Columbia as a rapper and a producer because he had the beats, man, and he had decent songs. The flow wasn't as strong as it is now, like classic, legendary style, but he had the potential. It was there. And he had the ambition and the desire, but he didn't get the deal. So then when he came home, he was like, man, let's like do it as this group. And we didn't get the deal. So we was a bit discouraged. We just kept rapping, kept making songs, and eventually Kanye decided that he was going to focus solely on the beats for a while because the rapping was getting us notoriety at home. Like we'd go out, people got on Go-Getter shirts, we had the Dragon Room and Biology Bar on Smash. We felt great. You know what I'm saying? Don C, John Monopoly, and Happy, they was like promoters. And they was our management team. So we had No ID, who was a phenomenal producer and friends with guys that was A&Rs at Rockefeller, G Roberson and hip hop. Kanye was in the deal at the time with another manager who was real bogus. And he eventually got out that deal. And when he got out that deal, man, he had already had placements like on Lil' Kim, Eminem, and Nelly, and Nas, and Jermaine Dupri, a lot of different artists. But he just still couldn't get over that hump. But once he got in that Rockefeller system, man, it made us believe. So eventually Kanye ended up moving after he landed a beat on Benny Siegel. He had this song called The Truth. That was the first song that he landed over at Rockefeller. That got him in the building. At this point, he was like, gee, I'm focusing on these beats, but send me songs. I was sending him songs every week. He was like, just keep sending me your music.
He was out east.
He had moved to New York.
You here.
I was here.
But y'all still in tune?
Every day.
Gotcha.
Every day, like all the time. You know what I'm saying? My brother. So he would be spitting raps on the phone to me. I'm spitting raps to him, going back and forth. We helping each other with lines and this and that. I'm sending him songs. He's getting inspired and things of that nature, and he building his music up. So he got a lot of really big placements, like Alicia Keys, You Don't Know My Name. Man, there's so many. Like Jay-Z, the Black Album, but the Blueprint was what really kicked it off. So now he's in the Rockefeller building, he's in the door. And he was wise enough to work that move, to work his number and be like, okay, I'm in this building, I'm finna get me a record deal. Y'all want these beats, right? Man, I want a record deal, you know what I'm saying? He ended up working it out. Dame Dash and Biggs, they saw the vision. So he got in there. And once he got in there, he was like, gee, come on out here. Well, actually, I had to come out there for another reason. Somebody was trying to do something bogus to him. And I came out there, and that kind of like didn't happen no more. As my friend, as my brother.
Indeed.
But fortunate enough, I still could rap, and I wanted to be a rapper too. So I was doing music with him out there. We ended up working on this album that came out and changed the course of hip hop.
It did, bro. So College Dropout, that's 04. Right, that's February 04. You guys toured soon after, right?
Man, we toured like,
I mean, off the college came. Right when the album came
out.
On
tour.
It
was in 03. And that was the tour, the Electric Circus tour that Common did. But we didn't get to go on that tour through Common. We got to go on that tour through Common's opening act, which was Talib Kweli, which was the guy that Kanye did just to get by for. That was a really big record. And Kweli appreciated that. He was like, yeah, come on, man, you can go on tour. You can come out and do some of your songs. Come on. Kweli was the one that gave us our first chance on the road because here I was, a stranger to him. I had never met him. I'm Kanye man. He was like, oh, your man can come on. And we was on tour, traveling the U.S.
That's dope. That's dope. It's kind of full circle because now you see Kweli holding Kate Valentine now.
Absolutely.
So that's dope within itself.
It's really dope because, man, he always had love for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? She dope. She a dope artist.
How about a few?
throughout everything that he's gone through, he never lost his love for the city.
Yeah, exactly. When did you all start to kind of grow apart? You talked about kind of the infiltrators, which happens. And it's funny, bro, the reason, as much as we didn't see, well, not like we see each other all the time, but we done ran at each other, and I knew that, you know, you wasn't as connected as you once were. But I really wasn't, you know, I wasn't gonna be like, yo, what happened? What's up? Yeah. What's up with you and Ye? But as time went on, I was like, I gotta sit down with G, because we have a similar situation, right? Not like that, but with Lil Real, right? And I grew with Lil Real like that, and our situation's totally different. We still brothers. I just hollered at him earlier today, but
shout out to Real.
Shout out to Lil Real. Shout out, he took off like he took off. I remember, I was crazy. I remember he went out to LA, I think for your video.
Big screen.
Big screen.
Big screen, Hollywood lights. She wants the big screen. Hollywood nights. She wants the big screen. Hollywood lights. She wants the big screen. Hollywood nights. She wants it.
Baby girl, you're dangerous.
Yeah, I remember when I
was there too, wasn't you?
I didn't go out there.
But you came out there a couple
times.
But I came out there.
We came to the crib. We came to the crib.
Was
it an incident or just over time?
Well, with he and I, you know, from the very start, it would be people like, yo, dude, man, I'm telling you, he gonna be all about him. He ain't gonna do right. He ain't gonna do. I'm sitting up there like, that's my brother. Like, anybody was talking down on him, it was a good chance they probably got stolen or something, you know, back then.
Right.
It was family. But I guess so many people would say certain things and, you know, coming to me telling me like stuff that may have been said, may have not been said, that I wasn't really supposed to hear.
Right.
And I'm just sitting up there just chilling. And I did everything that I could to protect the man. Like in his very start of his career, like when he started getting his name popping, it was like people trying to slide on him.
Yeah.
That wasn't gonna happen.
Right.
That was my brother.
Right.
And I've always been a man of respect and honorable. People honor me.
Right.
So therefore, for some of the things that he did or may have rubbed people the wrong way,
right,
before they reacted, they thought about the consequences or the repercussions that was probably standing on his left side or his right side at the time. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it was always love. We had a plan. We had an idea. Like he wrote in his first album, like in the insert, he wrote, GLC, I'm gonna help you get out your dreams. That's what he wrote in his album on the insert. I saw that shit, I was like, oh man, he for real and all. I believed him already, but when I saw that, I was like, damn, this is the man's first album, and he writing this and that.
Right.
Man, I felt like this is just too real.
Right.
And for him to allow me to be on his albums and to value my lyricism and my writing skills, to help him write lyrics for his albums, and for us to win Grammy Awards and to travel the world, man, and for him telling me like, man, you my best friend. He told me, man, Dame and Biggs is way more excited about signing you than they ever was about me. Jimmy Allen over at Interscope, they wanted to sign me. Joey Manda, Joey I.E. at Warner, he wanted to sign me. Man, there was a lot of people that was like, man, we get you over here.
Right.
But Kanye was like, man, you can do that, but I'm gonna start this label for you. We finna start this good music, like me and you.
Right.
And like, you know, us, this family, this is what we finna do.
Right.
And I was like, damn, do I wanna go sign to Capitol with Joe 3H? Do I wanna pursue an opportunity at Def Jam through Plain Pat? Do I wanna go over here with Dame and Biggs?
Right.
I was thinking Dame and Biggs because they was the first ones to, these dudes, they didn't know me, but they embraced me.
Right.
They gave me a MacBook, they gave me a inbox to record Pro Tools. I'm like, wow, these dudes just met me. They gave me a Rockefeller chain, but when I didn't take the deal, I had to get it back. You know, they were happy. Right. But they taught me a lot. like flying on private jets,
right?
How to be in the midst of the quote unquote elite,
yeah,
but not sacrifice your integrity or who you are,
right,
and still be accepted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These dudes were just phenomenal. They were entrepreneurs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, this is the way, and I got access to all this because I was Kanye's man.
Right.
So I'm very grateful for everything that we did together. It was amazing.
Right.
But as time progressed, like after his mom died, and even maybe a little bit before then, he seemed to be a bit uneasy, like with having a record label, having to worry about the lives and careers of other artists.
Yeah.
Because you got a label, you're not just worrying about the music, you're worrying about, man, we got to make sure that this person's product does good,
right,
or this person gonna be like probably had to go back and find a job or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was cool, but it was some instances as far as the business goes, as far as paperwork, it just wasn't right.
Okay.
But when you green to the business and you got somebody saying, hey, help me, this and that, and I'm gonna help you, you like, oh man, let's go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the paperwork stemmed from Sony, because that's where we did the Good Music deal at.
Right.
And within 11 months of having good music over at Sony Urban, the label folded. So we didn't have a home.
Right.
And at this point, Kanye was like, man, I don't even want to do no label, man. I just want to focus on what I got to focus on.
Right.
And we sitting around like, bro, we just gave you all our, like everything that we could pour into what you get, we all gave this to you.
Right.
How you gonna just do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So nobody went public with that information. For years, Good Music didn't have a distributor.
Right.
John Legend was able to take off because he was signed directly to Columbia.
Right.
And had the Good Music imprint.
Right.
And he was just a superstar.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, man, like a modern day version of a Black Sinatra or Sammy Davis Jr. or something.
Yeah.
As I look back on all that I've done to you, my biggest regrets, things that I never could do, I see the light now, baby, it's shining through. I gotta give up the game, yeah, I got some changing to do.
He was just a class act. He was out of here.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, we were on a label that didn't have any distribution. So we went down to Jamaica. We went to the Bahamas. We went to the Mix Show Power Summit. I went down there and snapped. Came back. I had 2 songs ready to record with 3 6 Mafia. I had my name at the top of the board through Sony for projects to come out.
Right.
I was super excited.
Right.
All I needed was for Kanye to green light it, because I was signed to him. And he never did.
Never did it. Huh?
So I was just sitting up there like, I got people in my ear saying this and that, but I'm sitting up here like, this my man.
Right.
I know they don't know what they talking about.
Right.
You know, like sometimes, man, you believe in something or somebody so much, it's like, can't nobody tell you nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? It's your man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, due to the fact of what it was that he was going through, the label folded. And shortly after that, man, we lost his mom.
Right.
And shortly after that, man, it was just like if you was my best friend and you lost your mom,
right,
and I just lost my mom, but ever since I known you, your mom been deceased.
Yeah.
Since we was 15.
Right.
I'm gonna be trying to holler at you and ask you, man, how can I deal with this?
Right.
Like, what do I need to do?
Right.
How do you sleep at night?
Right.
How do you cope with this?
Right.
I would come around and try to give game and this and that, and he would seem to be receptive. But it was this dude that started coming around. And when this dude came around, it's like his perspective on things began to change. And I'm not gonna say for the best, you know, where he began to like look at the people that had aided and assisted him and had always been there for him pretty much like as a burden.
Yeah.
Like the people that helped you build this empire.
Yeah.
People that helped you found a label. We founded members of a label.
Right.
Man, he was influenced. It's real easy when a person is a sponge. Whatever they're around, that's what they become. Right. So the dude that came around is a dude that knew him before everybody. This was a dude that used to be his babysitter when they were shorties. He used to babysit him. Right. So he came around with this influence, with this philosophy and ideologies. Like, I'm a man of God. Me personally, I believe in God. I believe in the Creator. I believe in the life force and the absolute. Right. And dude didn't believe in God. And I'm not knocking nobody for what they believe in, but for me, when I look in the mirror, I see God because I see the vessel that the Creator uses in order to create. Right. He almost got whooped a couple of times when the guys wanted to get down on him, but due to the fact of the respect that the boss had for this man, they let him slide. Right. But yeah, I don't think he's really trustworthy. Right. Right. And because if you are on your interview and you saying, my boys got me pills. Right. How's that your boy? It makes your guy, right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Your boy is supposed to be like, man, I'm finna call the ambulance or somebody gotta come get my man, tie his ass up and get him in the rehab. Right. Fuck that. Right. I love this nigga. Right. I'm not finna let him be out here destroying himself. Right. Because he has a legacy. Right. It's people standing on his shoulders. Yeah. Like, his shoulders are powerful for what he did for music. Right. And for what he did as far as a platform of, or aspect of inspiration, inspiring kids that wasn't gang members or gangsters or street, to let them know that they can still be cool too. Yeah, yeah. That did a lot for people's self-esteem. So once you build that as your platform, you lure in the common folk and you make people think that you're for the people. Right. Man, whoever around you that's telling you to side yourself as somebody who's clearly not for the people, right? That's a contradiction. Yeah. And then you're saying free thought. Right. Man, don't use the stupidity as a sign of free thought. Right. Don't attach yourself to something that's stupid and be like, I can say this because it's my free thought. Right. It's still stupid though. Right. Regardless. Right. Because when it comes to an opinion, I could see you on the streets, and with my opinion of you, I could look at you and be like, man, dude probably got a pistol on him. This is my opinion. I don't know you. Right. So this is my opinion. He got a pistol on you. Right. And he got his hands crossed like this. Right. He probably finna reach in his pocket and try to shoot me. Right. Your opinion, you seeing how I'm looking at you like, man, dude probably finna try to get down on me. Right. And because of our opinions, one of us kills one of the other. Right. That's how powerful opinions are. And that's the power that can come from an opinion. Right. So, man, if you don't have the correct facts, man, you should probably just like lower your, I got on a plane and flew to Paris and tried to shut this down before it started. And that dude who I brought up, I asked him when I was in Paris, I said, man, dude getting down? Like, what's going on? Oh, no, he's not getting down. No, man.
So when is this? When is this?
It's like 2013.
It's like 2013.
It's a long time ago. Yeah. This ain't new.
Yeah.
This new to the public.
Right.
We've been trying to shut this down.
Right.
I got on a plane and flew overseas. Like, people like, yeah, you finna go over there and work on his album. No, I'm concerned. I'm seeing my man walking into poles and screaming on paparazzi and looking crazy. I bring it up to him and he tells me I'm being negative. And then his buddy, dude, talking about, oh no, we got this, man. No, this is all strategic. This is woo-woo. And I'm sitting up there like, man, it's goofy as hell, bro. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you need to get some help, you need to get some help. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Right. They was acting like wasn't nothing going on. Like it was just fame. Yeah. I'm from 87, so I know the look. You know what it is. I know the look in the eyes. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I spoke up on it. And due to the fact that I spoke up on it, I was told that I was negative. And I was being negative, and I was bringing negative energy around. Because I'm like, man, we don't do that. Right. Or is you doing that? Right. I didn't have proof at the time. Right. I just know the mannerism. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So you let me know if you don't want to go here. This is cool. If you don't, but I'm gonna ask it nevertheless. So the early camp, right? The early crew. Yeah. I would put Don C in that crew.
Definitely. And
Don C is still present, I believe, right?
That's what you believe.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, that's your belief.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna assume from that then that Don C isn't present. Well, is there anybody who's present?
Well, Don has a family.
Okay.
Don has a wife.
Yep.
And like beautiful children, well, handsome children because they boys.
Yeah.
And a beautiful daughter because he got a beautiful daughter too. So he got beautiful kids.
Got it.
And he has a business.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got like one of the top sportswear, like fashion businesses in the world right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time.
Right.
Because the thing is, when you deal with Kanye, as he said in his interview with Charlamagne, he said, if you work for me, it ain't none of your own agenda or what you trying to do. You got to be 100% about this, what Kanye want to do.
Right.
You can't. It's hard to coexist in that space.
Yeah.
When you have a whole line of dreams,
yeah.
and whole products and
yeah.
things you gotta, you know.
Right.
Don was never a yes man. He wouldn't tolerate that. If Don was there, this wouldn't be going on. Yeah, Don ain't there.
So it's a completely new circle outside.
Well, his cousin is there. His cousin has been around for a while.
Okay.
But his cousin, man, I fought him as well. The reason I fought him is because we wasn't supposed to let this happen. It wasn't supposed to get to this point. Now, if he was doing pain meds or whatever he was doing, man, it's understood, especially, well, as a man, I wouldn't get lipo, so I wouldn't know about the whole lipo thing.
Right.
You know? It's kind of crazy, man, because I look at G.O.O.D. it's kind of like as a prophecy. He said, what he said? Get the prenup and got lipo with your money. Lipo
right.
with your money.
Right.
And then when you get home, you leave your ass for a white girl.
Right.
Damn.
This was going down.
And I don't even have a problem with interracial, like you love who you love.
Right.
But it's just crazy, the prophecy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how did y'all let this man become his lyrics?
Right.
That he,
right.
when he was saying this was not something that he was glorifying.
Right. Right.
He spoke against these things. Like this was bad.
Yeah.
And this is who he's become. And y'all ain't do nothing to stop this. See, people be like, man, you and Kanye fell out, or woo woo. Nah, man, that ain't how it happened. Like Kanye didn't kick me out, or like I wasn't living with Kanye.
Right.
When I started feeling the vibe of the fuckery taking place and all the people with their ill agendas, I would speak up on it.
Right.
And from speaking up on it, it would lead to like mild confrontation.
Right.
To the point where I began to be looked at as the one that wasn't willing to grow with what was going on.
Yeah.
Like when my guys was wearing like those little change purses hanging from their belt.
Yeah.
I didn't come from a culture where guys wore change purses.
Right.
So it was culture shock.
Right.
Now I guess that wasn't forward thinking, because now you look ahead, guys wearing whole purses.
Yeah.
So maybe they was on to something,
right.
you know, but that's just not where I come from.
Yeah.
That's not my ideology. And for people that wear change purses or whole purses, that's all good. But for me, just growing up on 87th Street and being confined to this environment, that was just something I wasn't exposed to.
Right.
So I'll ride you.
Right.
I'd be like, boy, you got on the change purse, boy, like riding and getting on Mars and this and that.
Right.
And people would be laughing, everybody would be laughing, but when you the star,
right.
you don't want everybody laughing at you, you the star.
Right, yeah.
And you insecure.
Yeah.
Like people would always say, man, he's so arrogant. He was insecure.
Right.
Arrogance is a shield for insecurity. Like if you gotta go around like, I'm the man, I'm this,
right.
look at me, I'm number
right.
one. Man, you gotta remind yourself that.
Right.
You're not really reminding all the other people. You're saying it loud enough so that you can grasp it.
Right.
And it just so happened that other people are around.
Yeah.
That's how you deal with insecurity.
Yeah.
And if you listen to All Falls Down, he said that he's so insecure.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not even,
right.
like people looking at it like, what's going on with Kanye?
Right.
Listen to this man over the years.
Right. Right.
He's been telling y'all.
Yeah.
And now y'all getting to see it.
What did you think? Obviously, I'm respect what you have to say more than outside folks looking at.
Oh yeah, so I was chilling at my crib in Chicago. I came home because I would always have a dual residency. I'll be like in Cali or here or on the road somewhere.
Yep.
So I'm chilling here and I'm having myself a nice time, elevating my mind, chilling like a villain,
yes,
you know?
Like you do.
Yeah, and then I get a phone call and it's Ye. And he like, man, bro, man, he like, I got it, G. I got the one. I'm like, oh, you do? Who's the one? You know?
Right.
Because the last couple relationships, it was you know, they was trying to get down on me.
Right.
And I peeped it.
Right.
And I said something.
Right.
And we'd go like weeks, maybe months without talking because I said something.
Right.
But I peeped it.
Right.
Like I could see it from a mile away.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So when he told me the thing with her, he was like, man, you know, she did a porn, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, Eve? I thought it was Eve because Eve and Stevie J had a porn back in the day, and that was popping back then.
Right.
You know, Eve was looking like, you know, she had a little skills. So I'm like, man, you got Eve. And then I know people were saying Lil Kim did a porn, but I never saw it.
Right.
I just know that was a rumor in the streets.
Right.
So I was like, Lil Kim? You know, I didn't know who he was talking about.
Right.
He was like, no, bro. Kim K, my nigga. And I was like, oh. So the only way that I knew her, I didn't know nothing about her.
Right.
Except for the Ray J thing.
Right, right.
So I was like, so you for real? Like, you talking about you just finna like manifest with her?
Right.
He was like, no, this the one. And at that point, I just didn't get it because the reputation, I didn't know her.
Right.
All I had was public knowledge that everybody else had.
Right.
White people knew who she was.
Right.
And that kind of threw me for a loop. But, man, I guess that she brought the man happiness because see, no matter how close you is with your homie or how much your man is your man,
right,
ain't nothing gonna make you feel like how that woman could make you feel.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And due to the fact that she can make you feel that thrill,
right,
there's yeah.
Man,
love, bro.
And take me back, baby. I remember 14, 15 years ago, I got that like,
still
homie coming, homie coming, still going.
I'm excited, bro. Just think about this, man. I came into the game to the world 2014.
Yeah.
I was working with Kanye West, Talib Kweli, Jay-Z. You come all these years later, 14 years later.
Yeah.
One of the most relevant artists that's out right now, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I done worked with him too.
Yeah.
I done worked with Dave East.
Right.
I done worked with Chance the Rapper. I done worked with Vic Mensa.
Right.
Man, once you got something that's original and pure, and people just can't really get it from nowhere else, they gonna always rock with you. You don't have to do what the trend's doing. Do what you do and do it the best. To the point where those that are doing the trends, they'll want to rock with you. Don't sit back looking at what other people doing and complaining about it, because what are you doing? What's your contribution to the arts? What's your contribution to society? What's your contribution to humanity? As opposed to giving energy to things that you don't like, just give the energy to things that you love, that are productive, that can help you grow. That's how I look at it.
All the time.
Yeah, and what I said on that other thing was, they tried to get them out like, get out. Like Lil Real homie at his bitch house. Heard they always swallow and they don't never spit out. That's when it's hard to tell a nigga to get out. Up before the sauna blowing kush marijuana. We tried to tell them not to go, but they got him. Man, folks got a problem. I told Don, man, he looking like Rodman. I sat down with him, mano a mano. We had that talk, man. Promise.
Hey, brother.
Appreciate you, God.
I appreciate you, fam.
Love and respect,
yeah,
man.
Indeed, man. My man.
Already.
My man. GLC project out, classic hip-hop lids.
That state of mind, I was fucking with this nigga named Kanye West, but this is way before the Kardashians and the blonde hair shit, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like, church, how you get there? How you coming? Plane, train, and automobile. No, man, I'ma fuck around and come on this spaceship. Run that shit, church. Love. There's love in the building tonight. Work in this spaceship, and I ain't made shit. I wish I could. Where we flying to, Chicago? Where we been working now? I've been. Buy me a spaceship and fly. I gotta tell y'all my story. How many of y'all remember me from the motherfucking mall, man? Chuck. I didn't even try to work a job, represent the mob at the same time. Thirsty on the grind, sky state of mind. Lost my mama, lost my mind. Like my love, that's not mine. Why you ain't shine? But my time, leave me alone. Work for y'all, half of it's yours, half of it's mine. Only wanna ball, never wanna fall. Gotta get mine, gotta take the mine, gotta check the nine. Reach my prime, gotta make these haters respect mine. In the mall till 12 with my schedule missing 9. Putting no hands on shelf. Wait patiently, I ask myself where I wanna go, where I wanna be. Got this much more than running in the street. Holiday, yeah, hit me with the beat. Put me on my feet, sound so sweet. Yes, I'm the same OG, same OT, staying low key, no. I holler to God, man, why you had to take my folks? Hope to see, ready G, look my G, Rolly G, police watch me, smoke my weed, count my dreams, smoke my green. Got a lot of people counting on me, and I'm just trying to find my peace. Should've finished school like my niece, then I probably wouldn't use my peace. But I work in it, and I ain't, I wish, buy me up. Where we flying to Chicago? One more time. I've been working it, and I ain't, I wish. Where we flying to Chicago? Make some noise for yourselves, man. When my schedule had said 9, putting them pants on shelves, waiting patiently, I ask myself where I wanna go, where I wanna be. Life is much more than running.